Hi everyone, it's Giselle and I would like to focus on this topic here of separation. I know that I have put a video up a few months ago now that says that separation is an illusion, and I still stand by that, definitely. Because of all the things that I've been through, I can definitely attest to, yes, that is a fact. I don't take back my words. I'm not going back on what I said. But the reason why I am putting out a video now that is to help you get through separation is because there has been a massive influx of new twin flames that have come to me, joined my channel, subscribed, or even gotten readings with me. And I just felt that because I've seen this trend happening now, that there is definitely a need to address this topic because of the new wave of twin flames. I want to help you get through this period as swiftly and quickly and easily as possible. I wish I had this guidance myself when I first got into separation, because for me, it was quite tricky because there were all these tarot channels that were giving readings, but that actually didn't help me to progress. And I feel, of course, it's my own fault for watching these things, but it actually got me more stuck than it got me to progress, you see. And I want to help you to know that only watch other readings and things for the collective if it resonates with you, by all means. I'm not telling you to not watch them, but I just want to warn you that you can fall into a trap of being too dependent upon these readings. And the best person that can help you through separation is yourself and your higher self. And yes, you can receive guidance and information through readings. That's not a problem at all. But the problem with general readings, and the reason why I stopped doing them, is that they can get really addictive in the sense that they feel like it's a crutch, something that helps you out, but you become too dependent on it. And rather than facing everything the way that you should, you're kind of putting a plaster over your wound, but not really having it properly assessed and looked at and healed the way that it should be. So that's just a little pre-warning on those kind of readings. So I've had quite a few private sessions with new twins, and they've gone into separation, and some of them I wanted to pre-warn, but of course I'm not here to dictate or say to you, look, this and this and this needs to happen. You all need to kind of learn this in your own time. But I felt for many of them that separation was imminent and kind of unavoidable. And the way that you need to think about it, it's actually not a bad thing, you see. It's a blessing in disguise, really. And it is an illusion, because ultimately we are not separate from our beloveds at all. But of course it feels that way when you're not in communication, and you may have been cut off, maybe even blocked or removed from their lives. But if you can just bear with me and kind of look at this analogy and try to understand it from this perspective, it's going to make sense, and it's going to make it a lot easier for you. So, say for instance that your destination is south. You want to see the sun, you want to be in the warm, you want to be in the light, right? But you are now driving in your car in the wrong direction. You're driving north where you don't want to be. And you're driving along and you're thinking, everything was wonderful. How did it turn from being wonderful now to being like this? Like, this place I'm at now is awful. I'm in pain. I'm crying all the time. I feel abandoned. I feel alone. I feel unsupported. I feel unloved. So, the more that you entertain these thoughts, the harder it is for you. And the more you're unable to turn your car around and go in the direction that you want to drive in. So separation is an opportunity for you to heal your wounds, your past, limiting beliefs. And for a lot of us, there is guilt attached as well. I know for me, and I don't want to go too much into it because, you know, it's personal and it's in the past and it doesn't really matter, but what I didn't understand myself whilst in separation was that I was keeping myself in a prolonged separation due to guilt, due to constantly going, oh, I wish I'd done things differently, I wish I'd said things differently, and blaming myself. Oh, if you'd done this or said this or had your heart on your sleeve, you wouldn't be in this situation right now. But what you need to understand is that what has happened has happened. All you can do now is move forward. And through kind of re-evaluating the past, you are keeping yourself stuck. It's like you wanting to climb a mountain, but through this guilt and shame that you're feeling and re-evaluating your past, rather than just going and climbing that mountain, you are digging yourself a hole first, burying yourself in the hole for a while, and then deciding to climb out of your grave, and then climb the mountain. But of course, that's going to, A, waste a lot of time, and it's going to keep you stuck for longer than you need to as well. So, if you can see the separation as a blessing in disguise, as it giving you an opportunity to forgive yourself and to forgive the other person if that's needed too, in a lot of cases it is, then through the forgiveness and the releasing of any resentment or any negative feelings or any what-ifs and if-onlys, through doing that, you are gradually able to turn your car around and to drive to the south, to the sun, in the direction that you want to be going in. So, I also want to say that for me, separation gave me an opportunity to understand that I was in a twin flame dynamic, and that the person that I felt so strongly for was in fact my twin flame. Because I'd known about twin flames for years, since 2002, I got awakened to that. I didn't actually meet my beloved until 2016. I had a catalyst situation, a person that I thought was my twin flame but turned out to be not, in 2014. And since that person turned out not to be a twin flame, I didn't even focus on twin flames anymore. So when I did meet my beloved, who is the one for me now, I didn't even understand he was my twin flame, because I'd almost given up on that notion, on that kind of phenomenon. I thought that he was the man I wanted to marry, and I felt deep in my heart that I already loved in the moment that I saw him, which makes no sense. Because looking back at the catalyst person, or false twin, whatever you want to call it, I didn't even feel that much for him when I first met him. But with my beloved I did, and I couldn't explain it. I was like, how is this? Everything that I did was going against all my logical mind. And it was only until we went in separation that our 5Ds got activated, that he gave me telepathic communication. He gave me dream visions and messages, and just reawoke my gift, my intuitive gift, so that I may in turn help others on this journey. If it wasn't for separation, I wouldn't be doing the work that I'm doing now. I wouldn't have such an understanding of him as I do now. And I wouldn't have uncovered as much as of myself as I have now. Through separation, I learned my power. I was diagnosed with an illness that could have been the end of me. But through separation and understanding and learning more about myself, I learned how to heal myself, not just emotionally, but physically from an illness. And some may say, well, if it looks now like you didn't even have this illness in the first place, maybe you were misdiagnosed. Whether it's that or me healing myself, all I know is I've discovered my power. And separation has been a blessing in disguise, really. And if it wasn't for separation, I wouldn't have been able to release all this guilt that I've been carrying. And I wouldn't have been able to forgive myself and all of the people that I thought had wronged me. Separation has given me freedom and a depth of love that I have for myself that I never would have attained otherwise, or it may have taken me years and years and years. Really, separation is a fast track to me discovering myself and therefore becoming the person that I want the love of my life to have. They deserve the best of me. And separation has allowed me to become that best version of me. To truly know my worth and to truly love myself. I would have never gotten to this point, or maybe very delayed, I may have gotten to this point eventually, but I got here fast because of separation. And really, separation, you must remember, is an illusion because you and your true love are doing everything together in spirit. And when you see the universal signs that are guiding you, the numbers, the synchronicities, the things that make you go, oh my God, this is him again. It's you two working together. Your higher selves are hand in hand and are giving you all of these signs and synchronicities. And it gives you an opportunity to know that something is real. Because if it wasn't for separation and him coming back to me completely out of his own will, I may have always questioned, do you really love me? Do you really care for me? Do you really, want to be here? But when they come back, after a period of having zero contact and zero ways for you to contact them back, then yes, they do want to be here. So separation is needed to wipe out all of your fears and doubts about yourself and about the connection. And it gives you an opportunity to discover who you are, step into your power, and become the most aligned version of yourself. So please, if you're in separation, don't lose hope and don't see this as the end. It is only the beginning. And if you went through a catalyst situation, appreciate that now that's out the way, you can make way for true love. I'm not saying that everyone who's in separation is going through a catalyst situation, but I'm just saying, if it is, now at least you are open to true love. And whether you are going to reunite with the person who you thought was your twin or your actual new beloved, whoever that may now be, you have made room for a different energy because now you have given yourself that self-love and self-worth that you may not have had before. So I hope this message has helped you to understand better and at least given you some inspiration and hope. If you would like to have some personal coaching with me about this, then all my details are in the link. Otherwise, I do wish that, this video gives you enough info and guidance to help you along. I thank you all for watching and I wish you all success and to discover truly who you really are on this journey. Thank you all for spending your time listening to my message, and I do hope that this has made things easier for you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.